Well, hello, and welcome to day 9 of Zazoo Plazz April Video Challenge. Um, it is Thursday, April 9th. I am your host, Leslie Plazz, author of Audacious Adventures of Zazoo Plazz, part-time superhero, full-time mom. And I'll be hanging out here all month, April. 9 days in. So far, so good. And thank you to my audience, present and future. If you're watching this, welcome. Welcome to the party. And that's kind of what I'm going to be talking about today. Parties. Now I'm thinking, so much occurs to me when I get in this chair, and all day I'm like, what am I going to talk about? I was thinking feet. Yes, it is it's Holy Thursday in the Catholic tradition, which is when Jesus washed the feet of the apostles, and that's something my husband always liked to go to, Holy Thursday Mass, because he's a Pisces, and they're all about feet. Feet, ruled by, not ruled by, but Pisces are all concerned about their feet a lot of times. So he always would go to that. Of course, this year they're not having it, maybe virtually, but not in person. But then what I thought after that was, beyond feet, there was the Last Supper, when Jesus got together with all of his friends, and they had a big dinner party, right? And I thought, oh man, that's kind of my thing as Zazoo. I like to entertain. Clearly not now, but usually every year, we'd host Easter, we'd host the parents, have them over for Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, every holiday. And this past year has been a little different, and I haven't been hosting the holidays. Well, we did Christmas, but when your parents are a little bit older, and sometimes they can come, sometimes they can't. It depends on the weather. And of course now, with the health crisis, what's going on, we won't be getting together with our parents for Easter. So I started thinking, one of my favorite things to do is to have a bunch of friends over. Friends, family, whoever, and sharing a meal. And that was quite a large part of my upbringing, growing up an only child with my parents, and I talk about that in the book, about how we'd have people over, and my mom would cook, and my dad would welcome people, and I would be the entertainment, and tell stories, and dance, play them songs, and things like that. So between that and my extended family, I had a lot of experience with party energy. So as an entertainer, knowing the ebb and flow of a party, like when people come and everybody's in a good mood, and they're talking and laughing and eating and enjoying, and you make sure everybody's got everything everybody enjoying themselves. Is everyone partaking? And sometimes we'd say grace in the Catholic tradition, just giving thanks, not just on Thanksgiving, but other times, and we still do that as a family, just thanking God, source, divine, whoever. Thank you for this food. Thank you for this abundance. And that gives out a signal that, we'd like more food. We'd like more of this. And, I also had sort of a built-in feeling for if somebody's not enjoying themselves, or, the past few years when there were certain subjects that people couldn't talk about because, this one feels this way and the other one doesn't agree. So you kind of have to negotiate. You kind of, hey, look at that. Who wants dessert? it becomes one of those distraction things, and as the host or hostess, you have to keep things on track since, things are winding down, it's time to go. Some people would um, inevitably sense that and say, geez, look at the time, I gotta go. I gotta be somewhere, I gotta go. Other people would just stay forever if you let them, right? Just depends on the kind of person. It's all good. It's all, whatever. But as a child, I had a very tough inner coach, an inner voice that would say, it's time for my bed. I had to keep myself on track. So I'm going to read about that. Having observed the rise and fall of party energy from an early age, I developed an instinct for social timing, knowing when to join the party and when to leave. But I was confused as to why some people seemed to stay at parties long past the time when I would have left. One weeknight, we had some relatives over for dinner, after which the grown-ups sat around talking and finishing their coffee. At around 8 p.m., my bedtime, everyone was still there. I yawned a few times, but no one noticed. Finally, I got up and turned off the lights. Some people laughed heartily, but some definitely did not look amused. Is it any wonder my family is still speaking to me after a stunt like that? I'm sure some of them still remember it. So Zazoo's got these little flashes of lightning here, right? All over the bright lights. So a lot of Zazoo magic, as it were, has to do with bursts of energy, flashes of inspiration, party energy, as it were, being sensitive to the rise and fall of energy. And we live in times, right? We've got cell phones, 5G, all these, who knows what's all in the air, right? As a child, I was very sensitive to that. A lot of my childhood memories have to do with, light. And then I married an electrical engineer. Actually, he's a double E because he has a master's in electrical engineering, which explains why he can do things like last night, be fixing the refrigerator. Every now and then we have this fridge and it gets like too much frost in it or something, and he's in there with the blow dryer, and he does something to some wire and bypass the whole thing, and so it's good most of the time. But he said if we had to pay a technician to do it, then they would charge us $200 every time. So don't tell anybody. But he's pretty smart. He knows how to do things himself. So anyway, apropos of nothing, reminds me of that Sheryl Crow song. Anyway, all I want to do is have some fun. You know that one? That was our wedding party song. Everybody danced to that at our wedding. It was a great song. Love Sheryl Crow. So where was I? Okay. So the fireworks. I got married on 4th of July weekend. It was July 1st. So the flashes of energy, the fireworks, the energy, it's a big part of my life. And, I I was talking to some baby boomers recently. I went on a hiking weekend, and a bunch of us were sitting around and having dinner, and I said, well, I'm Generation X. And they're like, what's that? I said, okay, here we go. Be nice. I said, well, we were the generation that came after the baby boomers, mid-60s through about late 70s. And I said, and they had no idea. And I said, you know what it's like being in Generation X, coming after the baby boom? It's kind of like, the party's over, and somebody sent us to go in and clean up and say, the party's over, click. And then our job becomes, cleaning up the mess, right? And we knew that we were up, we wanted to be here now. Apparently, that's what all of my experts tell me. Our souls wanted us to be here right now, to do what we're doing. So if you're in Generation X, you know what I'm talking about, right? We're the cleanup crew. And we're the ones to say, party's over. Like Prince, in that song, 1999, party's over, oops, out of time. That's one of my favorites. 1999. Prince was a wise man, very wise man. So I quote Prince a lot. I mean, I use the names of his songs because I don't want to get, infringe on his copyright. But you remember that song, 1999. Well, that came out in long before 1999. So we knew that something was up. A lot of us, we knew on some level something was going on. So in a way, my son said, there's no vacation. We're not having a vacation. I'm like, I'm used to that. I'm used to no vacation because very often I'd get on vacation and I'd be like a couple of days in, I'd be getting bored. I could only stand so much idle time. Truth be told, I like to work. It's fun for me. I like work. Fun work, like writing books and talking, doing this creative stuff. I even like cleaning on some level. As long as it's cleaning for myself, not for other people. That never worked too well. I had some jobs when I was a teenager, but that's another story for another day. But anyway, so I was thinking about vacations that we've taken with the kids. And so one that was very memorable was when we went to Disney World with the kids in 2007. They were, almost 7 and just turned 4. And the day we got there, we had left Connecticut at 4 in the morning, got on the plane, we went down to Orlando, got in our hotel, had dinner with these 2 kids, and then somehow found ourselves around midnight at the Cinderella Castle for the fireworks. And I don't know if you could see it, but see, there's me right there, and there's my older son looking at the fireworks. There's the Cinderella Castle, and the other one, he was hiding from the camera. You can't really see there. I was into scrapbooking a few years ago, and I did this whole scrapbook of our Disney trip. It was amazing. I had this special, my husband got me all the scrapbooking materials, and I spent hours and hours putting this thing together. The only thing is, at a certain point I got distracted and I didn't quite finish. So, and I think I'm a life path 7, which you can see. All the 7s and the Z's, right? 7, 7, 7, 7. So 7, the life path of the seeker of knowledge, just wants to, acquire information and share it. And also likes to have a party, right? The 7. If you're familiar with the Enneagram, the 7 is the one who wants everything to be like a party all the time. We don't ever want the party to end, right? So nobody can take away our Magic Kingdom memories. I figure even if I didn't finish the scrapbook, that doesn't mean we didn't have a great time. We did. We had a wonderful time, and the kids will always have that. But then now we need to fix our gaze on another Magic Kingdom, which is what we will create in the future using our flashes of lightning, our brilliance, our genius, our love, what we've been blessed with, and you don't need a fast pass. You don't have to wait in line. You just go anytime. It's always waiting there for you in your sacred space. You're already there. You don't have to fly on a plane, right? You can stay right where you are. Just go there, like I just did. I think some of you know what I mean. So, anyway, probably I should do some cleaning. And I found some chicken. So instead of shrimp fajitas, I can make chicken fajitas tonight. Yeah. And it's raining out. So that's kind of a, kind of an apropos ending to the report here. It's raining. So until tomorrow, I am Zazoo Plazz. Hope you come back to the party tomorrow. Good night. See you later.